Welcome back, and long time no see. I'm back in the manager's chair, and I'm just doing a quick one with a quick World Cup because I started up a new game. Actually, I reinstalled the whole game, started a new save with Argentina, still doing the national international management. By the way, what you're hearing over there is my kid playing Fortnite or whatever it is he's playing. Talking to his friends and stuff. But anyway, I'm just sitting here and playing through the 3 games, or actually 4 games, because I do have one friendly. No, I played the friendly already. Sort of already forgot. This friendly against Georgia is the only one with a comfortable victory that I've achieved so far. But yeah, sorry about that. um, right. So what I'm trying to get around to is explaining the idea, the main idea for this save game, because obviously I want to play the World Cup with Argentina, but that's not all. Because the thing is, Argentina in this edition of the Championship Manager game isn't as easy to play with as you'd expect. We found this out earlier. If you've been following the Bloody Red Dragons series that I made, then you'll know that we've played them a couple of times, and it was actually easier to beat them than expected. Because even though they have lots of great strikers and stuff, the problem with them is that they don't have a lot of defenders. So playing one of these teams that aren't even in the European qualification, it's not a lot of fun, really. It's kind of tedious just clicking through, but now I've been clicking through the game, so I finally arrived at the World Cup, and what I'm going to try is to play with a very unusual tactic for historic reasons. Right, but as you can tell, if you go to the Argentine player search, where you only see the Argentinian nationals, then there are 8. Does it say 8? It's really small on my screen. Anyway, I think it says 8 pages of players. That's not a lot of players. For example, goalkeepers. I only got these guys to choose between. And if you notice the apps, then it's pretty clear that only 3 or 4 of them actually get games. So it's pretty easy to pick the first 2 anyway. And I just went with that Bujo Basic guy as the third one. Obviously, at this point, if this game had been, I don't know, had the benefit of hindsight like we do, then it should have been this guy, Carlos Roa, who should have been the best Argentinian keeper. Probably Burgos as well. I don't know. Is there anyone else? I'm not sure who Navarro Montoya was, but anyway, I chose him. Same with defenders, and this is the real problem with Argentina. In the regular game, all these defenders won't turn up. They only turn up now, and I'm only able to play play as the Argentinian national team manager because I've been fiddling with the database, and that's what that's what you can do if you want to, and I did want to, so I changed a few things in the database, and that made it possible for me to play as Argentina or any other big nation actually. Normally they don't have as many defenders as you see here, but really it's not a lot, because as you'll probably notice, it's just most of these are central defenders or players that aren't very good. So just looking over the names, then Actually, I'm not sure. I know who these players are now, obviously, because I've been playing lots of friendlies. But before the game and with my 90s, uh, with the knowledge of 90s Argentinian football that I have, I think it's probably only Zanetti and Chamot, Pablo Paz, Roberto Ayala. Maybe those, and Sensini, of course, those five. Sorin as well. Those five are probably the only ones that I really know about. Furthermore, this is where the cool players are. All the attackers. They have lots of cool attackers. So what made me start up this game is a weird notion that it might be possible to play a weird historical formation, the WM formation. And I don't know how much you know about the history of football tactics, but basically, in the very old days, they didn't really have a notion of defense, midfield, and forwards. So mostly the tactics would just be divided between the forwards, the attackers, and then the defense. No midfield. The concept wasn't really invented yet, or no one thought of a midfield. They just thought about defending and attacking, basically. And that's still what was going on at this point. Now, really, I might. It might have been better if I went like this, and played with a clear W up front and an M in the back, so that the midfielders, so to speak, belong to either the defense or the forwards. But I'm not doing that because basically I don't have enough defensive midfielders. So I'm just going with the central midfielders instead and giving them the arrow backwards, and that's basically the same thing, isn't it? I'm playing passing style up until recently, but then the last friendly had some success with the direct style, so I'll try that from now on. The main idea is that I don't need a lot of defenders to play this formation. So as you can see, for the 22-man World Cup squad, well, I haven't picked a lot of defenders. Only Altamirano, Chamot, Sensini, Schurer, and Zanetti. And then Leonardo Estrada, he can play both the central defense and the midfielder. Basically, mostly a midfielder for me. So that's not a lot of defenders, and that makes it possible to include a lot of cool attackers. So I've got, right now it's this Biagini guy, but well, for my first match I'll want Caniggia from the beginning, and Ortega, and of course Batistuta, and Claudio Lopez. He's just returning from injury. I'm hoping that he can be fit so he can play the role, the number 8 role that Berti is playing right here. But that's not my favorite choice. I'm going with probably I'll just go with either Borelli. He's been playing pretty well for Oviedo, or Gallardo. Doesn't look impressive and he's very low morale, but he has been playing well for us in the 2 caps that I gave him. But also Claudio Lopez can play that position as well, and he's really cool. So, yeah. I think some interesting options, obviously. I'll just have to change a few things back. That's because I played the friendly, so I just wanted to make sure that all these players were as fit as I want them. Now, the another problem with Argentina, because as you can tell, I know stuff from the editor because I've been snooping around in there. Another problem is that Redondo. Another problem is what I want to say. Is the dirtiness in this squad. A lot of these players will play dirty if they see the referee looking the other way. So, and that's some of the really dirty players include include a lot of defenders actually. So that's a problem. Sensini, for example. Shamat, whoops, that's not him. Jose Antonio, and well, mostly this guy Simeone from Inter. He has dirtiness 20. He's very aggressive as well, aggression 20. So it's kind of dangerous playing with him. But as you can tell, he plays very well for Internazionale, and that's even though at one point he had a 10-match suspension from domestic matches, presumably because of 3 red cards that he accumulated a lot of points. Anyway, we are in a group with Italy, Cameroon, and Colombia. So now I've been talking for almost, well, a little bit more than 12 minutes. Haven't shown you any gameplay at all, or not any action anyway. But we're playing the World Cup and it's already started. So the tables look like this. Group A and Group B, and that's where you are. So Group C, they're playing right now. Oh yeah, I would have shown you guys the entire World Cup, obviously, but I didn't do that because because it just started. Didn't really get any warning, and I hadn't really been paying attention to the dates, so I was just clicking through. But anyway, I've been changing lots of small stuff in the editor when I made the teams playable. Then I also assigned the correct managers, Goose Hitting and so on. Made up some managers so that everything would be correct, and made sure that they played the formation that they actually played at this point in the World Cup, because one of the things in the yeah, that seems pretty cool, except for the red cards. One of the things with this version was also that a lot of teams, too many teams, played like 3-5-2 or 5-3-2, variations of that with the wingbacks, and that's great, but it doesn't really reflect the formations that were actually used during the World Cup. No, thank you. Sorry, Rob. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Sass. So, this is it. Group H, and this is a difficult match away against Italy. So, we're ready except for Claudio Lopez. The morale level looks like this. Gallardo, I don't know what's up with him, but he's a pretty cool player, and I'll use him again. So, got lots of other players that have great morale. Strada, I could start with him. Don't want to start with that guy. Anyway, Estrada or Viron or Redondo. So Redondo. I don't know. Run. That's pretty cool. Strada. Yeah. I don't know. So I'll just try this. So these are the match tactics, and obviously it's kind of risky playing this formation against Italy, but why not? The idea is to have a little bit of fun. And anyway, I did try for one of the friendlies. I tried playing some other formation. I don't remember which, but a different formation, one of the normal ones, just to see what the problem was. Because as you can tell, if you just look over the results, then this formation hasn't really been a success until that last friendly where we won 3-0. That was also against Georgia, a team looking like this, right? So now we're playing Italy, and they're pretty good at this point. Lots of amazing players right here. Del Piero and so on. And their match tactics look like this. So let's see what happens. We're Argentina with a million great forwards and stuff. So actually I'm pretty much expecting to just exit this tournament after the 3 group games, because like I said, it hasn't been a very successful tactic until now. But maybe that'll change now that I'm using the direct approach instead of playing passing style. But still, as you can tell, it's not easy to achieve a clean sheet. But we do get some chances. For lots of the friendlies, it's been the case that we've been the leading team in all the percentages, the statistics and stuff. But for some reason we're not scoring a lot of goals, even though we have amazing strikers. So looks like the same thing is happening right now. We did have our share of chances. We don't have the overhand statistically, but we do have more chances of shots on goal, and they have just don't score as much. So right. So that's what's up. Redondo might have to sub him. He's not really doing very well, and yeah, that's what it is. Let's see what happens in the second half. Argentina. Pretty lucky. I think we've had several of those chances where it really looked like that they were just lucky that we didn't score. Right. So I'm taking Redondo. He's going on the bench. And get this guy. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Right, so Redondo out. Berti for Riquelme. Right. So yeah, that should be all right. Riquelme has great set pieces and stuff. Yeah, right. So let's do that. See what happens. That's Sensini with the dirtiness, and that meant a free kick for Italy. So now they're almost certain to win this and get all 3 points. So that's not the greatest beginning to this tournament, obviously. It's not the worst either, because we did get a lot of chances and stuff. I think our goalkeeper is doing all right. But our forwards are not really impressing. Canadian not at all. But his Stutas not scoring any goals. So that kind of sucks. And Colombia beats Cameroon. So going to have to beat those two teams in order to progress from the group stage. And really it would be yeah, really annoying if we didn't manage to do that, because that's the least you could expect. Italy, they probably would have been the favorites also in real life. But yeah, Jamaica beating Norway. That's pretty impressive. So I tried to make sure that Norway played a 4-5-1 defensive with long ball style, but that didn't work against Jamaica apparently. So 3 months. Well, that's what can happen. No, thank you. Right. So, by the way, I don't know if I told you, but my intention is to just play through this and not make a whole series of different YouTube videos with each game or anything, so you can just skip ahead as you want to, as you feel like, because, well, I have to play this in real time, and click through all these other matches. And maybe we'll get really lucky and somehow win everything, but probably not. I'm not getting my hopes up for that, but I think it's interesting to try this formation. Just for the fun of it. And I think it makes more sense to play it in a direct style than a passing style. But the argument for a passing style would be, it's Argentina and they're really good, skillful, technical players. But it's a formation that's basically only defense and attack, right? So the passing style is a style that, in my mind, I don't know if I'm correct about that at all in the game engine and everything, but in my mind it would make sense that the passing style really needs a lot of midfielders to tie the game together, I guess. Yeah. Romania doesn't qualify. They did in real life though. They were awesome. Paraguay does with Chilavert. And Italy beats Colombia. So we're going to have to face Cameroon and do better than we did in the other match. So Borelli and this young guy, he looks very good. But try the other one just for fun, and I've got Lopez. He's not ready yet. Biagini, Stucha is really good, and so is Balbo. Right. So maybe try this Strata guy. Anything else I want to change? Maybe Canadian. But he's pretty good though. Yeah, I'll just keep him on. I'm sure he'll play amazingly in this match. Strata. Borelli. Yeah, I'll try Borelli. Like that. Okay. So play the match. Oh, I don't remember. Did I check the condition? I didn't, did I? Yeah, I did. Well, anyway, looked great. So, this is a match that we really should win. Should be easier than beating Georgia. But anyway, considering that, well, of all the African teams in this edition of Championship Manager, then surely Nigeria, South Africa, and Cameroon must be the three best rated ones. So they're no laughing matter. But Ortega scores the first goal, and is that Batistuta? I think it is. No, Veron with the next one. So that's pretty cool. Right, 2 goals. And Borelli is pretty tired, but let's see what happens. Oh no. Right. Stop doing that. Right. Oh, Baron again. That's pretty cool. There we go. So this might be the start of something great from this team. I don't know. So Borelli, he plays really well. He's also tired. But Stuta plays alright, I guess. Let's wait a bit. Just see who's tired, because it looks like we're gonna win this match. So let's just see. It's mostly Borelli and Batistuta, I guess. And then we've got one guy with the yellow card. Yeah. So let's get Borelli out. And Riquelme on. And this Biagini guy on instead of Batistuta. He's not really good at heading, is he? So I might want to take her in there? I don't know. No, I'll just leave it at that. Why not? Yeah, right, Virginia. That should be fine. So from a Rigobert sung corner, but we're still totally winning this. So that's great. So we just need to win the last match against Colombia in order to progress. Now I forget the other result, but I think Colombia, they beat Cameroon, didn't they? So it's between the two South American teams. Yeah. Let's just check. They did 3-0, and they've got a few players injured, so that's alright then. So it's the 26th, and first we're going to see what happens in the other groups. So Norway is still playing terribly, apparently. USA is doing pretty well. seems. Brazil versus South Korea. Okay. Yeah. Shamot out for a couple of weeks. Damn it. He's a defender, right, left, and center, and actually probably the best defender that we have. So that's not going to make it easier for us. I did tell you about how few defenders I had actually selected for the squad. So that's just how it is. Now, I've got, I think his name is Altamirano, a veteran defender. He can also play all three positions, and he'll have to take over as left back, I guess. Right. So let's see if we also manage to qualify for the next stage. Yeah. Okay. England with a 5-0 win. That's cool. Right. So not a lot of surprises until now, it seems. Most of the favorites have qualified for the next stage, as far as I've been able to tell, without looking too much at all the details from the other groups and the other matches. We can look at that after the group stages. Right now, I just feel like playing this one. So we've got Altamirano. Seems alright. So just have to make sure I have someone else then. Then I've got Redondo. How'd they play in the other? Did Estrada play well? Yeah, he did. Played really well. So maybe I should just keep him. But I could also try Redondo again. He's Redondo. He's a legend. So I do want to play him again. Borelli, he's low. Kilme is very good. But he did play very well in the last match, Borelli. Maybe I should just try him and then also Riquelme instead of Berti. Why not? And he can take all these corners and stuff. He's awesome like that. Right. So Claudio Lopez. Oh, 97%. So he's back. This guy's really good. Why am I not using him? Right. So that's the problem. Too many great players in the attacking positions. I don't know. They're playing really well. When I give them the chance, this guy Borelli played really well in the last match, didn't he? Or was it just because it was Cameroon? No, I think he did. And Berti did as well, and Riquelme, I'm pretty sure that he's a great player. I mean, look at these stats. So maybe I should just... Ortega, he's awesome, so maybe I should just try. I don't know about Caniggia. Maybe I should just try Lopez instead. From the beginning of this match. Why not? And Caniggia, he can come on as a substitute. Right. Let's do it. Are they ready though? Conditions stuff. Yeah, I think they are. This is it. So just have to look at the group table just to make sure. Yeah. So it's between us and Colombia. We just have to win this match, and we've got no penalty. I just thought that we'd get it, but we didn't. That's all right. Should be able to win this. Not the best start though. So this might go very wrong. But let's see what happens. I mean, I've got one of the best strikers in the game in Batistuta, but he's not really scoring a lot of goals. Hasn't been scoring goals in the friendlies either. So I'm just waiting for his big occasion to kick in. Really should be scoring more goals, right? And they can't hit the target for some reason. And it seems like it's mostly Ortega. Right. That sucks. Yes, send him off. Right. So this is getting interesting, by the way. So let's just play this slowly, just to drag out the suspense. Right. That sucked. Another Colombian goal. So we need an epic comeback in order to do this. Yeah. Normally, epic comebacks don't begin like that. So. So this is where I do something amazing that'll win me the game, right? Borelli doesn't play very well and he's pretty tired. Batistuta sucks. I don't know. So Borelli is getting this and that, and then I don't really know what else to do since Cini plays well. Zanetti is supposed to be a really good player. Yeah, so no need to do this very slow. It looks like we are exiting the World Cup in disgrace. This is really a match that we ought to have won. Okay, if we get one more goal, then it's exciting. But right now it's just right. So here we go, one more goal. So let's just play it real slow now. And what's up? So Claudio Lopez making some runs and stuff. Not really impressing though. Bertie. Oh, he doesn't have a lot of determination though. Neither does Lopez. Right, so Bertie on, just to give it all we got here in the dying minutes of this match. We need one more goal. Oh crap, that was really close, but no such luck. So this was an experiment with a weird old formation, and yes, it was a poor result. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed as well. But the cool thing is, yeah, oh, that's the draw for the second phase. Very exciting, huh? But we're not in it. So that really sucks. But the thing is, I can go like this, and it quit. And then I can go and load up the same game again.
Seriøst, finisher han med en rocket?
Because I didn't save.
Han har ramt 100.
So this is of course
Men han ramt 105.
what you might call cheating. But
Bare spil det her smart, dreng.
I don't know. It's also just experimenting, isn't it? So it's the 12th of June again. And I've got 3 games to play, 3 matches to play in World Cup Group H against Italy, Cameroon, and Colombia. And this tactic probably wasn't the best idea. I don't know. But maybe instead of having played it direct style, maybe I should have played it passing style all along. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. So let's try that. Got other matches going on. Where is it? Just have to click something. Nope, I don't want that job. So the match against Italy. This time I'm playing it passing style. It's the only thing I'm gonna change. Well, except I have to. It's not the only thing, because I have to choose the best players like I did before, right? Batistuta again. Why not? And Caniggia. Berti, and yeah, probably Pirelli. No, probably Gallardo from the beginning, because he was pretty good. And Pirelli, I don't know about him. 11 in determination. I'm going to choose that guy instead, and Redondo. So Zanetti, Chimat. That looks right. Who did I make? Right, so probably Veron should take the direct free kicks. Redondo can take the corners, right? Or should it be someone else? No, Redondo's it's a good choice. He has the right stats and is not very good at heading, so let's just try that. So this is the same match, and of course it's cheating. This is also just experimenting with this formation in order to find out what works best. So did you guys notice Maldini just got injured, but it wasn't an injury. It was actually it just said that he was okay and he can play on, but probably it's a good thing for us. So we did get the penalty this time around, but also Italy scores right after our goal, just like before, and well, they continue to score. So just like before, it just goes to show that it's really not a very good formation if you want to keep your opponent from scoring. Maybe it would work better if I could play it with 2 defensive midfielders so that they are more dedicated defensively. But anyway, Batistuta is scoring goals for some reason. And that's the hat trick. So maybe this will work better. We'll find out. Yeah, so far so good.
Jeg tror, han jammer en kvæle.
Right. And I think this doesn't really, there's no cause for concern, so I'll just keep playing like that. See what happens. Yeah. Lots of great performances. Not so much from Gallardo though. So I've got this Riquelme guy. My favorite 19-year-old in this team. So let's just try him. Alright, so Batistuta is amazing. And Veron is tired, and Redondo doesn't really play very well. Zanetti still sucks for some reason. Let's just get Redondo out. I don't know. Like that. And maybe, yeah, I don't know. What else? Sensini hasn't been playing very well, so let's try Altamirano instead, and Chamat, put him in the middle because he's awesome. Right. Still in the lead. We're entering the last 10 minutes of this match. Last 5 minutes. Things are looking pretty great. We actually won this, or actually Gabriel Batistuta just won this for us. And Cameroon beats Colombia. So it just goes to show that there's a fair amount of chance involved. Well, we just played this before, and Colombia beat them 3-0. So, yeah, see what happens. No, thank you. No rowers from me today. I'm pretty sure most of you have done this, by the way. This type of cheating. We just go back and play the same scenario again, but change small things in order to, well, I don't know, it's a scientific approach, isn't it? Trying to find out what will happen if we change this and that and go back and try it again. So obviously this is not really about, I mean, I wouldn't do that if it was one of the save games where I was actually sort of in career mode, I guess you could say, trying to achieve great things as a manager or with a club. But when experimenting with formations like this, or playing a save game which is just short term like this, it's just really tempting to try and see what you can get out of it with different approaches to handling the team and the players tactically. Because, I don't know, I spent so much time just clicking through job offers and friendlies, and nothing happening at all in this game, because obviously they don't Argentina, they're not involved in any sort of qualification for anything. So I really want to get the most out of this World Cup right now. And also, I'm not going to continue this save game. This is over with this World Cup, because I guess there'll be nothing to do as Argentina manager for 4 years of game time, being that they don't participate in the European Championship for obvious reasons. So Gallardo, he didn't really play very well, so let's just try Borelli. I think that's the same change that I did the last time around, and probably also the Estrada thing. And I've got yeah, why not? Let's do that. And then we just have to beat Cameroon. So Batistuta is really in a great mood now that we're playing passing style. I don't know why that changed a lot for him. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it's just sheer luck. I mean, it's chance. Maybe if I played just one more time without changing anything, maybe we would have been similarly successful this time around. I don't know. It's not to say, but actually, if one were to really do this scientifically, obviously you'd need to try a lot more times, so that you can, I don't know, create a spreadsheet and make statistics, so on, because there's a lot of chance involved. But right now, things are looking great. Looks like we're going to proceed from the group stage. And we're getting lots of goals this time around. By the way, I don't know if you remember, but the guy who just scored, Caniggia, he wasn't part of the actual World Cup squad this year. I mean, that year, 98, because of the coach and him, they had a falling out. Basically because the coach, Daniel Passarella, is a conservative asshole. So he said something about, well, don't quote me on it or anything, but something to the effect that he didn't want any, whoops, didn't mean to do that. He didn't want anyone with long hair and earrings and, well, I think he said something about gays as well. Yeah. So he wanted like real macho men on his Argentina team, and I don't feel that way at all. I mean, now I've had to assume the position of Daniel Passarella and enter his name as my name in order to play as the Argentina national team manager, but I think those players that I don't know about their sexuality, obviously, but I think some of the long-haired players from Argentina from this period in time, I mean, they were just awesome, weren't they? Players with lots of flair and just entertaining players. And they didn't, I mean, they did beat England with a little help from the ref, but they didn't quite impress like maybe you'd hoped they would in this World Cup in '98. So why not see if we can do better? Yeah. So the next game, the last match, I think it was the 26th. The Wycombe Wanderers found some other guy to manage them. I think it's the same guy actually as it was right before. I played the same things. So let's see what happens. Still doing better against the South Koreans this time. So Portugal didn't qualify. They weren't even in this World Cup, were they? I don't think they were. Maybe they were and I just forgot. So Germany, Scotland. So Netherlands failed to qualify and Spain failed to qualify. Wow. So right. So pretty close now. Nope. Nej, jeg spiller stadigvæk. Jeg snakker bare ikke så meget. Yeah, sorry about that. A little bit of Danish. I've got this last match, so let's just play that as well. And Versi and Borelli, they're pretty good. So I'm not going to use Kelman from the start, and Gallardo, I don't know, he's pissed about something, I don't know what it is. Biagini came on and scored a goal. And really impressed actually. So maybe I should just try that guy from the beginning. I don't know.
Ja. Hallo, må jeg join?
Ortega is a favorite of mine.
Ja, men jeg spiller bare creative af.
So not choosing him when he has superb and superb would be really weird, right?
Oh, okay.
So let's just do that. And then
Kan du invite?
probably I should just
Kan du invite?
go with Estrada again. He's playing really well. So, and I don't know, condition. Were they ready? Yeah, pretty much. So let's try this. Argentina against Colombia. And like that. All right. Yes, that's a good beginning. Yellow card. Obviously we are going to proceed to the next round. So it's not the most exciting match to be playing right now. Excuse me for a minute. Just trying to do something else at the same time. Actually. Yes. So I just have to watch out that I don't get more cards with this guy. So Altamirano on.
Skal jeg spille solo eller hvad?
And probably also Redondo on. Why not? Let's do that then. And
Adam, skal jeg bare spille alene eller hvad?
make this go a bit faster. So, well, all in all, for some reason it's working out really well this time around, with the same formation, just a passing style. All 3 matches have been a lot better, and well, now that I'm starting to, I was just about to say that we're not getting scored against like we did just before, but then Colombia scored, so hopefully that won't be a big problem. But anyway, it's yeah, it's a vast improvement. So yeah, and this is another Argentinian goal, so that's cool. Yeah, and another one. Right, so they're sharing the goals between them. Those 2 beautiful long-haired young men. So this means more World Cup for us. Konnichiwa. It's actually man of the match. Right. Croatia. No, we don't.
Jeg spiller lige med controller.
Okay.
Jeg spiller med controller.
So, the draw. Yeah, okay, so we were pretty lucky to be facing Japan, which should be a match that we should be able to win. Forgot to check the date, but let's see what happens. So the run suspended. Do you guys think it will actually be possible with just a little bit of cheating to actually win the World Cup using a WM formation? That's the question. England beating Germany. Right.
Okay. Fordi jeg flækker det alligevel. Prøv at se, jeg rammer sådan en flick shot.
Unexpected. Football Association have no complaints
Det er faktisk fair. Adam han er ikke sådan.
at the moment.
Pleasant Park eller Happy Hamlet, en af delene.
Yeah. Scotland beats Nigeria and makes it to the quarterfinal. So
Det gør jeg. Jeg gider bare ikke. Altså jeg må spille fra klokken 9:30 til klokken 1, og så må jeg spille igen klokken 5. Det er jo regler for mig. Altså det er ikke.
Alright, let's see. It's today, the 1st of July. And we've got Veron suspended. So probably, I don't know. Is that the only thing I'm going to change then? Strada's playing alright. Sensini is pretty great. Let's see what happens. The run. Then I'll get Redondo on instead of him. And Simeone. I can just have him on the bench and unleash him if necessary. So just have to change the direct free kick taker. It probably should be Batistuta, right? Isn't he good at that? 19 and 16, that's pretty cool. Temporarily taking the corner kicks, that's cool. So, is everyone ready? Bertie, poor form. So how did you play in the last match? Played amazingly well. So I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, but we still got Gallardo. Was he the one with very low? Same with Pirelli, right? He's average and very low. What did this say? He really plays well. So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I should just change around a little bit. Just for the hell of it. Why not? So we'll try with Riquelme. He just looks so cool. Cool stats. So let's see what happens. Argentina versus Japan.
Adam er levende. Selvfølgelig finisher han mig og ikke Adam.
I think probably the reason why, I don't know. I think this is interesting to try this formation and try to see if it's possible to make this work with Argentina and the weird selection of players that they have, where, well, they're world-class players, a lot of the available players, but then again, there's too many missing and a very narrow selection of players that are available, especially defensively. So making that work and all that stuff, it's an interesting challenge, but it's not. I can feel myself not being as excited as, for example, when I did all the Wales games that you guys hopefully saw. Because those were great. That was exciting in a different manner, and actually one of the greatest single matches that I played was against this team, against Argentina at the World Cup, the 2002 World Cup. So you can find that if you go to my channel. Anyway, we're scoring lots of goals, and I'm pretty sure Batistuta is the top scorer of this tournament at the moment. So we're definitely winning this match. That means we're through to the quarterfinal. And we've got Redondo with a yellow card. And also Batistuta, a little bit tired. So Redondo getting Simeone on. Like that. And Okay, that's another goal.
Det er bare sådan, baited goal.
Let's Batistuta again, so that's a hat trick. I'll just see if maybe he wants to go sit on the bench a little bit.
Magnus, vil du se noget, der er baited? Okay, kig. Mistet helt vildt kyst.
So, Simeone coming on from the bench and taking over the role as the penalty taker for Argentina. And, well, doing great. So Tunisia beats USA. That's surprising. So we've got Croatia. No, I thought I just saw that we had Croatia. Italy, it was Croatia. England versus Romania. Denmark, Scotland, and Tunisia versus Argentina. So for some reason, there's no Brazil and no France. That's pretty weird though. But I'm not complaining. Tunisia should be well, should be possible to beat. It should be pretty easy to beat actually. I don't know how they progressed like this. That's pretty weird. Hej. Nej, det er fra tidligere. Jeg lavede bare ikke. Yeah. Got both kids at home, by the way. One of them sitting over there playing League of Legends. Over there. Yeah. And the other one in the kitchen, toasting some bread. It's the big one, the teenager. These are the Christmas days, just like it probably is for you. So, Merry Christmas. 7 months of Angelo Peruzzi. What? Peruzzi? Is he the keeper? No, why don't I know that? Yes, he is. And a lot of injuries. Nesta, Concha, Giaconardi, Mancini. That really sucked for them. So, but anyway, that's great for Croatia. They also did amazingly at the real World Cup, but I think they reached the semis actually. So let's see which. Right, it's today, the 4th, against Tunisia. So probably not everyone is full health. Let's see what happens. So Sensini.
Han går ud af døren. Adam, han finisher. Kom nu. Adam. Jeg har seriøst.
Maybe like this. Got this short guy. Looks pretty okay.
Det er det mest irriterende, at folk finisher.
And
jeg troede han var ovenpå, fordi der var 2 personer inde i huset, så kigger jeg på ham ovenpå. Prøver at grab det.
And who else is tired? So Batistuta, Shemot, they both have great stamina, so this shouldn't be a problem. Zanetti, Berti, Kenichi, I'll give those 3 a rest. So that means I have to change a little bit. So Shemot, he can play the right back. Zanetti can be the substitute. The other ones were Berti and Caniggia, right? So Caniggia. So I'll get Claudio Lopez in to play that one, and Virginia in here. And maybe I should just give Batistuta a rest and have Abel Balbo.
Kom igen, Adam.
Why not?
Adam er den eneste, der har flippet 60.
Yeah. That seems fun. And also Gallardo, did I even use him in this World Cup? Riquelme plays pretty well, but he has low morale still for weird reasons after playing this well. But anyway, see what happens. Ortega and also be a genie. He looks like he can take direct free kicks, and so can Balbo. But let's do this. Tondo. Not Gallardo then. I'll just use this guy because he's good at the corners. Right. So does that look sort of alright? I think so. Let's do it. Yeah. In the quarterfinals. And leaving Batistuta on the bench. But I don't know. We've got Argentina. And I've got Crespo. And he's awesome. I know he's awesome because I played one. I had him in some club. I don't know whether it was. I think actually it was a game I played with my kid. Having talked him into trying the old Championship Manager like a year and a half ago or something like that. I wouldn't be able to talk him into that at this point because, as you can tell, he's all about what's it called? Yeah, I told you guys, and now I forgot, and it doesn't matter because all that matters is beating Tunisia, making it to the semifinal, winning the World Cup with the WM formation. And Balbo is doing great. So one kind of weird thing about this save is, like I told you, I made sure that all the correct managers, the correct national managers were assigned. But when I first did that, then when I tried loading up a game, then none of the managers were actually in the game. Well, a few of them were, but most of them weren't, and I couldn't figure out why. So I tried a few different things, and the problem didn't go away until I went and made sure they all had actual numbers assigned to their manager stats. Didn't seem to matter how good or bad they were, but they just needed numbers in order to perform well. No, not like that. That won't do. So I'll take it instead like that. Press. No, that doesn't make sense. Right. Undo changes. Never mind. So just get this guy on instead of Riquelme. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself a little bit. Yeah, right. So, anyway, I had to make those managers with the numbers and stats and so on a little bit more detailed, and that made them appear in the game. But I'm thinking now that this might have been a problem because some other managers might not have made it to the game then. Oh, Denmark. Yeah, I get Denmark in the semifinal. Cool. And the reason I think so is because when I loaded up this game, then it started with a lot of managers getting new jobs and a lot of job offers for me, which was super annoying because I had to click no to all that several times a day, and it went really slowly for the first 3 or 4 months or something like that. Because every time a manager had gotten a new position from one club, then that club would need another manager and so on. So it just went on and on, the whole manager circus, manager transfer circus. But I'm thinking that might have been because some other managers than the international managers weren't included in the game. Because probably there's a maximum number of players of managers being loaded. But I'm not sure about that. It's just a theory, but maybe one of you would know and would be able to confirm or well confirm that theory or tell me that I'm wrong. I don't know. Anyway, I've got Sensini ready. I've got Shamat and good old Zanetti. I've got Estrada, Baron, Estrada, Redondo. Looks pretty great. So that's that. And Simeone, I don't know. He's so mad. And then we've got Riquelme. How did they play in the last match? So Lopez played very well. Yeah, I thought so. I thought he would in that position. So that's pretty cool. He's a forward, left and center, but he also has the ability to play that position. Berti is really cool as well. Really. So probably I should use, whoops, battery power. That's not good. I'm trying to win the World Cup, god damn it. Canada. Canada, Ortega, Batistuta. I mean, who can fuck with those 3 guys? This is pretty awesome. Really, right. So that looks unfuckwithable. And we've got Redondo. You can take those. Batistuta with the direct free kicks. And that should be fine. Why not? Right, watch out Denmark. Here we go. By the way, this is a version of the game. Like I said, I reinstalled this. Because I wanted to make sure there was the correct version of... because I had found out earlier from talking to people on Twitter that I didn't play the newest, the updated version of the game. So I wanted to install that and also to use the patch. But the thing with the patch, it didn't work out. For some weird reason, I get an error message when trying to run that patch. So that well, it's the wage patch, and those of you who know about the wage problem will know what I'm talking about. But anyway, didn't work. So for that reason, because I reinstalled it, then all the Danish players that I had changed to my own liking, that I talked about extensively during the videos I made with Wales, the Bloody Red Dragons videos, those changes to the Danish players are not in this game. So the only one I think the only one I changed was Jesø. For some reason he's midfielder right in the center from the game's beginning, and that's just weird because he was an important part of this World Cup squad. So I changed him also because I really liked that guy as a player. So I wanted to include him. Anyway, it's stalemate, 1-1. So probably something has to be done. But not right now because I don't know exactly what to
Og
change.
der er mini der. Okay.
And also,
Okay, det kan
I resent that. Mikkel Beck, he was such a crappy player in real life. And really one of the most unintelligent footballers I've ever heard saying anything. I don't know how you guys remember in England. But anyway, we're getting hammered by Denmark. Thomason was one of the players that I did consider changing because, well, just like Paul Scholes, he has the wrong position. Just the other way around. They should be reversed, him and Paul Scholes in this game, because Thomason was not an attacking midfielder center and Scholes was not a forward. So this sucks, and well, what can I change? Get Virginian. So Redondo, just get him out. And I don't know what else. See what happens. So hopefully this Denmark squad can win the World Cup. Just to make me proud, being Danish and all. Why not? They're really, really kicking our asses. So, yeah, a very poor result, yes. So that's what happened. England against Argentina in the playoff, and probably there'll be some red cards for Beckham or whoever, I don't know. Yeah. So still might be able to get some medals, bronze medals from this World Cup. So let's just play that game as well, just for fun. But really, I mean, losing that match 6-1. No, I don't want to save the game. I'm crazy. That really sucked. And I didn't save the game for a reason, and that's because if you guys have some amazing suggestion as to how I should approach this World Cup and win it instead of this, then please let me know. Right now I've got lots of knackered players, so that's a problem. Sensini, 90%, that's fine. Chamot, fine. Zanetti, I don't know. Just use this Altamirano guy. Who else? So maybe Sensini, I don't know about Sensini. Sure, it's just as fine. We got Ron is tired. So let's try Simeone just to get some dynamite on the pitch. And Claudio Lopez. And also, oh, Bertie is really tired. Damn it. Shouldn't use him, so I'll try Borelli. Why not? And then have Lopez there. And corners for... Don't know, why not? I don't know, I don't remember. Doesn't matter. What matters is playing England. This sucks. Right, this is England. A 5-3-2 formation, apparently. And Beckham is a central midfielder. That's really weird. Anyway, this is one of the cases where where being the away team sucks, because it's really hard to actually read what it says, because black letters on dark blue background, that just doesn't work. So, got the goal. Canadia's doing pretty well in this World Cup overall. Lots of goals from that guy. And right, I'll take it. And once again, I think they're determined to not be remembered for getting beat 6-1 by the Danes. So let's see what happens. There we go. 4-0. It's still the first half. One more from Canada. That's pretty cool.
Tag den der rocket op. Nej, jeg har den. Nej, hvem vil have den? Jeg kan have den. Jeg har 6 rockets. Okay, prøv at jeg kan lige se, om jeg kan gøre det her om, sådan at jeg ikke kan glitche. Ej, jeg glitcher sådan. Okay. Adam, jeg tror, jeg har den der... Nå nej, det var Mads. Ja, jeg tror, jeg har den glitch.
Yellow card for Simeone.
Ja, bare sådan. Jeg har 6 minis, Adam.
So, Redondo is really tired, but Simeone is
Ruben, du har en mini.
out now.
Ruben, kom her. Ja, men Ruben, kom her.
Oops, didn't mean to do that. Simeone for Estrada, like that. And then probably I should go with Zanetti. To avoid anyone getting a red card. Probably just same thing with the next. If I can, right then, I need to get rid of one of the other guys with the yellow card. I don't know who. Doesn't really matter. So Villardo, Borelli, yeah, like that, right? And I go for England. But it was offside. They should have just ended this match after the first half. Shock 4-0 defeat. That was pretty superb. And that means we did actually get third place, and Croatia won. That's cool. Obviously, I did change some stuff about Croatia to make them play with the right tactics and stuff. And also I gave them a manager who and gave him good stats, because they've been doing great in this World Cup. But I didn't change anything about any of the players. So seeing them win this is that's pretty cool, because I haven't really noticed them playing well in other instances of when I played this game and noticed what was going on in the World Cup. That's been a few times by now during these 21 years of playing this game, actually. Anyway, there's a lot of talking from me and a really long video this time with Argentina playing the 98 World Cup not once but twice. And you were there to see it happen. We didn't win, but we came pretty close the second time around. I don't know how to line up these guys in order to make them perform better. Maybe you do. There's no point in saving the game at this point or clicking through with all the the stuff that's going to happen on the 15th of July, because like I said, they don't participate in the European Championship, only the World Cup, so it doesn't make sense. But what does make sense is to end this video now, and then I can load it up again and play the World Cup with Argentina some other time. Yay! Why not? But only if you guys give me really good ideas as to how to do that and make it interesting. Bye for now. I hope you have a great new year. Yeah, New Year's celebration and everything. And I hope you got some good Christmas presents and whatnot. See you guys later.